Hello and welcome. My name is Peace Mitchell and I'm co-founder of Women Changing the World Press. Before we begin, I would like to pay my respects to the traditional owners and elders of the land that I live and work on, the people of Mamu country in North Queensland. I would also like to pay my respects and acknowledge traditional owners and elders, past and present, right across Australia and the Torres Strait. Well, I'm here to celebrate our new book, Dreams and Determination. And I'm so excited to have one of my fabulous co-authors to help me celebrate today, Ash Sundaram. Please join me on stage, Ash.
Hello, Peace. How are you?
I'm really great, Ash. Now, for people who haven't met you before, I would love you to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about you and the work that you do.
Okay. So I'm Ash Sundaram. I am the founder of Krivi Creations, which is my small business. I do handcraft dot mandalas. I have evolved over a period of the last 5 years with that, moving into other forms like brush strokes, etc., deepening my work with dot mandalas. Fondly known as the Mandala Monk on Instagram and Ash the Soul Coach. I have two handles. Um, yeah, I'm also a Reiki master and a teacher, a soul purpose coach. So just trying my hand at whatever comes my way with life at this point in time and enjoying my journey thoroughly.
I love that so much, Ash. Now, your chapter in Dreams and Determination is called From the Canvas of My Heart, a journey of resilience through creativity. Can you tell us why you chose this title for your chapter?
So I started doing dot mandalas as a means of distracting my mind from the plantar fasciitis pain. It's not like a huge thing. It's a heel condition where the heel gets inflamed, and every time I had to put my feet on the ground to walk, felt really agonizing even to move within my own house. So I just started doing this dotting as a means of just feeling productive through the day because I couldn't walk even much within the house for the kind of active person I was. It was pretty debilitating. So I just started this to take my mind off pain. And here I am today, 5 years into the journey. And these dot mandalas have really given me so much during this 5 year journey. So that is exactly what I felt resonant with resilience through creativity. And that's what has happened. So I'm one of the live examples for that. So,
I love that. I love that so much, how you use that time where you were injured and you couldn't walk to focus on your creativity. And then as a result, your mandalas were a hobby, but they've evolved over time. Can you tell us about this evolution from what began as just, drawing patterns and a bit of a hobby into something much more meaningful?
yes, mandala started more like a hobby, like I said, just purely to distract my mind of the pain. I didn't have proper tools until I really did a number of artworks. I was just using cotton buds, toothpicks, whatever I found around the house with a flat circular tip in different sizes. So those were actually in a pen stand, which formed my tools. So over a period of time, I just started flowing with the flow. So my first piece was just me playing around with the dots. So it was just simply fun. I roped in my son because it was school holidays back then. But after that, I just did a few replication from YouTube tutorials. So that was also a starting point. For someone like me who has always regarded myself as not a creative person, because for me, creative is something which I can craft from my mind. I can etch on a piece of canvas, which I never was able to do, in my opinion. I was always very good in replicating. So if you gave me a picture, I would be able to replicate that. So from there, I just started flowing on the canvas, and it just actually there is a BCN AD with the Buddha artwork. That was the turning point. But I can't really call it, it can only be a point. But after that, there has been so much of deepening. I've created a ritual around the mandala making process. I also realized that this art was destined to come into my life. It gave me an opportunity, or it gives me an opportunity every time I sit with a mandala. I feel very much in union with the divine or universe or God or whatever one believes in. So that is how this journey has evolved from just as a hobby, as a starting point, as a means of distracting my mind to wherever it is today. And probably that's why I've still not gotten bored of this whole process, because at the end of the day, there's only very limited one can do with the mandalas. It can only be brush strokes, swooshes, and dots. So this has intertwined into my life in a way. For now, it's inseparable. For now, it's really giving me a lot more than uh, just the artwork which I sculpt at the end of so many days or so many months.
That's amazing. You talk about the fact that it is a way that you connect with the divine. And you touched lightly on the fact that there's a whole ritual around your process. Can you tell us more about the ritual that you are doing with your work?
Definitely. So it all happened as a process over a period of time. So I have been on this personal inner growth journey from 2014. So I've been to various schools. I've tried to learn what they are trying to teach. But the bigger question which is hanging over my head is, who am I? What's my purpose? And what am I here for? So this was the starting point. And from there, I got drawn to crystals. I got drawn to essential oils, diffusers. So again, like I said, everything, I think in the divine plan, everything happened in its own course. So when I sit with my mandalas, I feel it's a tapas or a meditation process, according to me, because a meditation or a tapas is something where all your senses are unified and focused on a single thing. So for me, when I do the mandalas, my eyes are just focusing on the paints. I do have soft Tibetan bells or om chanting or some soft mantras running in the background on my speaker. And I have essential oil diffusers. Again, at a given day, it is intuitive that I pick those essential oils. I think that's something which I strongly believe I need. So that's something from within which comes. So my nose smelling the essential oils and my eyes completely looking at the paint. And my focus is getting that next dot or the next pattern or the next layer right. So this in itself is my process for every single time I sit for mandalas. So this, over a period of time, one added the essential oils, added the mantras added, and so then it had to become this ritual, is what I believe. It's not that I crafted this ritual, it had to become like this. And that beautifully aligns with me as a person, with my inner work. When I create those mandalas, I get a lot of answers for we all have those hanging questions around us. Okay, why did this happen? Why did that happen? Or what am I going to do about it? We'll be in the deciding phase or something there. So when I do my mandalas, I get answers for them. Like, not there's no there's no order or something. So something which I've been thinking for a long time, suddenly something will flash, and that would probably be the answer for that. So that's how my ritual goes, and this is what I get out of the mandala creations.
I love it so much, and I feel like there's an evolution that's happening. So the evolution to begin with of like just your hobby of just drawing them, and then the rituals, and then the evolution of your personal development and your growth. But on top of that, it's the evolution of your whole business and brand, because you've now doing all kinds of different things. Can you tell us about the business evolution that you've experienced as well?
Yeah, the business ever again. When I started, it is just with the whole idea of just the pain aspect of it. But then I had family and friends encourage me, support me a lot. I was crafting these pieces and I started gathering a lot. So I didn't have space to put them. So I just got like a kids' bookshelf to store all my artworks. I also did venture into different functional pieces like clocks, mirrors. So it's just not creating a mandala. So the one at the background is just a pure mandala with mirror chips and everything on it. It's just purely an artwork. So I delved into mirrors, clocks, a lot of things. And what started happening was I started gifting them for various occasions, for friends, birthdays, housewarmings, etc. So by word of mouth, it really got very popular because people felt it's a very unique gift. And there started Krivi Creations, my business. And I also started an Instagram handle to just document what artworks I'm creating. So from there, if I'm looking at now wherever I am, like I said, functional art pieces, which can be used on an everyday basis. And then I also delved into the digital aspect of creating digital pieces, which are more affordable. So obviously, an artwork has a lot more to express, a lot more to say in a space. But for those who are unable to go for bigger artworks, I offer mandala mugs, mandala stubby holders, mandala mouse pads. So I have a digital range where people can. So I'm wearing one of my mandala t-shirts. So that's the Sri Yantra, and I'm wearing my digital mandala t-shirt. So it all happened. There was suddenly this spark one day. Okay, why not? I do have the HD pictures of my mandalas, and why not do something digitally with that? So mandala mugs have been my very popular offering out of all the digital products. It's quite handy to gift something unique to a friend or a colleague. So the digital products expanded, and so now for me it's more like there's also the digital, there's also the artwork side of it. And I grew on Instagram as well, so that became a way where people started asking me, how did you do that? So I was following a lot of social media influencers and all that. So that again was, I did conduct like a few one-on-one workshops to friends who were very curious to know how to grow on Instagram. So these are some of the business aspects when it comes to the mandala making.
I love that so much. It's been an incredible journey that you've been on, and I'm excited to see what comes next for you. Thank you so much for being here today and chatting with me, and thank you so much for your chapter in Dreams and Determination.
Thank you so much, Peace, for this opportunity for this interview for the online book launch festival. And this book writing has been an incredible journey. I'm just not saying for the sake of being in a book launch. It truly, truly touched my heart. It gave me a space of probably about 8, 9 months to sit with my journey, to actually chew on. Like some of the details which I've got on the book, I would have forgotten very easily if I did not take the time to sit down and document that. So I had to churn really hard, like what happened then? How did this happen? What was the first thing? So every step of my journey has now been beautifully documented from 2020 when I started the journey to now. So that itself is beautiful.
Yes, I love it so much. And I found your chapter so inspiring. I want to start being more creative and finding where that
Oh,
journey could take me as well. So thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, amazing. Well, thank you so much again, Ash. And thank you everyone for tuning in. If you would like to get your copy of Dreams and Determination, you can find it at wcwpress.com. All right, well, that's all for now, and we will see you all again very soon. Thanks again, Ash. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.